Hi, my name is Tiana Karamayas and I'm a Cavoodle puppy coach and breeder for Noodle Way and River City puppies. As a coach, my philosophy is simple. A Cavoodle should always complement your lifestyle, not complicate it. And this is the foundation to everything I teach. For almost the past decade, I have been working in the breeding, training, grooming, and veterinary sectors of the small animal industry. I've also been raising Cavoodles for the past 16 years, so I have definitely learned a thing or two about the breed along the way. Now this podcast is all about Cavoodles. Raising Cavoodles, training Cavoodles, grooming Cavoodles, breeding Cavoodles, and how to shape the behaviour of a Cavoodle puppy. So, if you're a Cavoodle parent or you are looking at adding a Cavoodle to your family soon, then this podcast is for you. New episodes will be released each Tuesday morning, and you can follow me across all social media under the name @OodleWay for more tips and advice on Cavoodles. Thanks for tuning in. Hello and welcome back to episode 51 of the Cavoodle Coach podcast. My name is Tiana Karamayas and I'm your host. And in today's episode, I want to talk about biting, barking and jumping in puppies. Is it normal? Is it expected? Or is it a red flag and a problem we should be worried about? This is an interesting topic because there is no such thing as a puppy who does not bite, bark and jump. Every puppy does these behaviours, but let's have a chat about whether it's normal, whether it's a problem, or whether we can just leave them to do it. Okay, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to talk about whether puppies bite, bark and jump and why they bite, bark and jump. Okay, so like I just said, every single puppy is going to bite, they're going to bark and they're going to jump. The reason is when your puppy is young, this is how they communicate and this is how they initiate play with their siblings and with their mum. So for their siblings, they'll bite each other's tails, they'll jump on their backs, they'll bark at each other to try and get the siblings to play and interact. They'll also do this to their mum to get their mum's attention. And so when you bring your puppy home at around that 8-week mark, your puppy, who has not yet learnt how to properly and politely interact with humans, is going to try to bite, bark and jump on you to initiate play and attention as well. So biting, barking and jumping in puppies is very, very normal. However, it is not something we just, look over and just push to the side. It is definitely something that we have to do active training and active behavioral shaping to stop and prevent it from happening. And what the goal is we have to teach our puppies, okay, you want to play, you want my attention, that's fine. But instead of biting, barking and jumping, what you do instead is you sit calmly at my feet for attention. That is how you interact with humans and that is how you ask for attention from humans. And that is what we have to be teaching our puppies. Now, the really, really, really important thing here is that when we bring our puppies home into this new environment, every single interaction they are having with us and the people in the house is shaping their perceptions of what is right and what is wrong in the household and how to behave. You have to look at it as you are now becoming the parents of your puppy. And like in the wild where we have a pack of wolves, for example, there is always going to be elderly wolves. These are the leaders of the pack and they help to guide the younger wolves onto how to behave in the house. So when your puppy comes into your house, you are the leader in the household and you are here to shape and guide your puppy through the wrong and the right behaviors and also how to perceive the world and how to react to it. So we have to take this role very seriously, and it means that when we first bring our puppies home, the second that they try and bite or bark or jump, we have to make sure we are immediately reshaping this behavior and guiding our puppies into the correct behavior we want them to display. If we leave it to slide for, a week or 2 weeks and then we decide, okay, how do we get this puppy to stop biting, barking and jumping on us? It will be so much harder to do because they've had 2 weeks of learning experience that this is how they interact with you. And so now we confuse them because yesterday they were allowed to bite, bark and jump and today they're not allowed. And that's confusing for the puppy. And when a puppy gets confused, They also get frustrated. And when they get frustrated, they also get adrenaline rushes. And when they get these adrenaline rushes, they then bite, bark, and jump even more out of their natural bodily response to that adrenaline rush. So if we really want to have a really pleasant, really positive experience with training our puppy, where it's very smooth, it's seamless, our puppy learns very quickly, it means that we have to be shaping and guiding our puppy's behaviors from the day they come home, from the second they first try and bite us or bark at us or jump on us. We have to be there correctly guiding them into the right behaviors. And if we let it slide for a few weeks, it is going to be so much harder to stop the behaviors. It's going to be confusing for the puppy. It'll be frustrating for the puppy. It'll be frustrating for you, and it'll take longer to get the results. So it's really important that, yes, number one, we acknowledge that puppies do bite, they do bark, they do jump, and that's because this is how they communicated to their siblings and to their mum. But now they're coming into our home, and we have to be leaders for them to show them how to politely interact with humans and ask for our attention. And that is not through biting, barking, and jumping. Instead, it's through sitting calmly at our feet, and that is how they ask for our attention. And this is called manding, and it is one of the very first exercises that I teach my clients to teach their puppies. It is so important because it gives our puppies a way to communicate to us and to ask for our attention in a polite way. And this is so important because if we do not have a really streamlined communication channel between us and our puppies, this is when having a puppy is hard work. This is when it's draining. This is when we have endless naughty puppy behaviors, chewing, barking, toileting accidents, destroying furniture, all of the things we don't want. And that's because of a lack of communication between us. The really good news is that when we have puppies, and especially Cavoodles, who are so human focused, is they want nothing more than to please us and to have our attention. It is what they live for. And so if we can teach them how to politely ask for this behavior and ask for this attention from us, it makes our Cavoodles so happy. They feel so fulfilled, and we can really have a harmonious relationship in the household rather than a really hard one where it feels like you're butting heads with your puppy. Puppies who are naughty are not actually naughty. They just haven't been taught how to communicate their wants, needs, and desires to us. Puppies who are really well behaved are puppies who have been shown how to communicate with us, how to ask us what they want, and they have been shown what behaviors are the right behaviors to do in our home. And every single puppy wants to do these behaviors because they want our praise, they want our rewards, and they want all the treats. So puppy training is such an exciting experience because we get to create this bond with an animal that we can never actually speak to, but we can understand on the deepest level. It's the most amazing thing in the world, the bond that you form with a dog. And this bond has to be fostered from the day we bring them home, and we have to have direction, we have to have a plan, and we have to know how to shape these behaviors straight away with our puppy, and we have to learn how to teach our puppy to communicate with us from the day they come home. This is how puppy training is going to be easiest, and this is how that biting, barking, and jumping can be kicked in the butt before it gets really, really bad. A puppy who is taught correctly will stop biting, barking, and jumping within a few days. They can learn so quickly if everyone in the household is doing the right thing to guide our puppy into manding behaviors, which is sitting at our feet for attention. It can be so quick and easy, but again, it's only if you know what you're doing once you bring your puppy home. So I hope this has cleared up that question over whether biting, barking, and jumping is normal in puppies or if it's a red flag. It's normal, but we have to be doing the right training from the day our puppies come home to tell them a different way to communicate with us, one that is more polite and doesn't involve biting, barking, and jumping. Now, if you are getting a Cavoodle puppy soon and you want to make sure you get started on the right foot with training them, what I really, really would encourage you doing is clicking the link in the show notes for my Cavoodle Training Academy program. This program is a 28-day training program for Cavoodles specifically and for shaping calm, confident, well-behaved behavior inside our Cavoodle puppies. Cavoodles can be very much prone to anxiety, and they can also be very stressed little puppies. And so we really have to take this into consideration when it comes into training our puppies, and we have to make sure we are building their confidence up. And we also have to make sure we are very clear on the expectations of behavior within our home. And that way our puppies can get our praise and our attention. And this is how a Cavoodle really, really thrives, because they crave this every second of the day. And if they don't get it, and we're constantly yelling at them or telling them off because they're biting and jumping on us, it makes them so unhappy. They get depressed, they get stressed, they get anxious. And then unfortunately, because of these really big emotions inside of them, they do these naughty behaviors even more as their body's natural reaction to all of the adrenaline rushing through them. So for Cavoodles especially, we really have to focus on that communication channel and fostering a really positive one from the day we bring our puppies home. And my Cavoodle Training Academy is going to step you through this day by day for 28 days with daily training schedules designed for Cavoodles. It'll go through sleep schedules, enrichment, socialization, desensitization, behavior shaping in the home, obedience training. It's also going to include a really big Cavoodle preparation module. And inside this preparation module, I explain to you the way Cavoodles think, the way they behave, and the way that they process their emotions, and how we can teach them to be really calm within their mind and how to regulate all of their emotions. When a puppy can regulate all of their emotions, they can remain calm, controlled, and relaxed in all scenarios, rather than getting overexcited and jumping, or getting stressed and barking at dogs and people that they see, or getting anxious and biting and chewing your furniture because they're so anxious being left alone. For a puppy, learning how to regulate their emotions is of utmost importance, and that's what the program shows you. It's 28 days of training. There's a preparation module for before you bring your puppy home. I become your Cavoodle puppy coach. We also have weekly Q&As for the 4 weeks with your puppy that first month, so that I can help you through any questions you have or any troubles you're having, and you can get that personalized guidance and support. So if you're getting a Cavoodle puppy, I'd love to see you in the Cavoodle Training Academy. The link to the program is in the show notes. If you have any questions about it, you're welcome to send me an email at hello@oodleway.co, and I can let you know if the program is suitable for you and your new puppy. And hopefully I'll get to welcome some of you into the program soon. So that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some guidance and some direction on whether biting, barking, and jumping in puppies is normal, or if it's a red flag, and how we can stop these behaviors and instead teach our puppies to be really gentle and polite when interacting with us. Okay, I will see you next week for the next episode in the podcast. This has been your Cavoodle coach, Tiana Karamais. I will see you later. Bye.